in this world of change, one has to be really agile, especially around learning.
Mm,
So
mm,
I know in a lot of your talks, you've talked about agile learning culture. So what practical
mm,
steps do you think organizations can take, to
mm,
instill that mindset of adaptability and continuous learning? Everybody talks about a learning culture. It's this
mm,
fuzzy word, and sometimes like, hey, what do I do? So
mm,
any practical steps that you've seen
mm.
work really well that you could share with us?
Learning culture is a more noble aspiration than just
Mm,
having lots and lots of content people can access. That's only part of the equation. It's the attitudes and it's the flow of it, right? So I've seen people who have gone away from a learning management system much more to a learning experience platform
mhm.
that
Yeah.
feels like it can be sequenced by people in the flow of their work and their challenges and their problems. I mean, your tool's a great example, right? Short bursts of indexable knowledge that people can go, I need this. Like, oh, wow, there's a 5 minute thing. I can just do that and build from there. So I think it's more about learner construct, right? So I think LMSs and kind of gatekeeping content and programmatic interventions are going to become a minority sport within the learning arena because it does have to be in the flow, sequence to performance, like curiosity enabled, shareable. So I think all the things that I'm seeing in some adventurous cultures, like the guys at Lego who are built literally on talent shaping the organization, it's because learning's been liberated and it's not gate kept and it's not content overflow. It is people sequencing it into their work. That's what an agile learning culture looks like to me.
We definitely believe that learning on the flow of work is the way to do it. I think leaders need to lead by example.
Mm,
I have seen, I mean, just from my knowledge of tech organizations, a lot of time, hey,
mm,
learning is the job of the L&D team or the HR team. In this day and age, everybody needs to learn, right? And
oh,
leaders need to lead by example. Great leaders need to show, hey, what have you learned? And they need to show that they also make mistakes and learn from their mistakes so that everybody kind of opens up to it. And I feel that doesn't happen as much as it should. And I think people follow leaders and managers. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
if you look at your leaders and they don't have a kind of pro learning approach, it's like you're probably a bit stuck and static then if you're not exuding this sense of learning and continuous discovery. WD-40 are one of the most successful global organizations out there, and they
Mhm.
were led by a leader who exemplified learning and he said, we don't have failure here, we have learning moments. And he genuinely meant that you learn from those things that don't quite work and then you share it, and that's their entire culture and that's what kept them strong. So I'm with you, the learning leader is the one who kind of sets the pace, sets the momentum, and models the exemplary of it. Yeah.